See you out there. Hey. Good luck tonight. Thank you, love. My entrance is this way, guys.
Pack and Will Osprey. I've never seen eye to eye. It'll be interesting to see how Osprey is able to work alongside the Death Riders. Jon Moxley and the Bastard Pack coming up in this trios match, kicking off our third hour of action live here on TBS and HBO Max.
I think so far so good between the Death Riders and Will Osprey. We heard back on Dynamite the conversation with Osprey and Kenny Omega. Osprey full on believing what Jon Moxley is preaching. What a dynamic performer. And a man who still is in that Owen Hart tournament, Owen Hart Foundation tournament, Excalibur, all the way in the semifinals.
Right, Osprey, we matched up against Dougzilla Mark Davis. A lot of history between those two men. Our most recent battle ended in a victory for Davis when the referee ruled Osprey was medically unable to continue.
Joining him, he is the Bastard Pack and the AEW Continental Champion,
Taz, this past Sunday at Double or Nothing, we saw Will Osprey defeat Samoa Joe to advance to the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament, but we also saw Jon Moxley retain his AEW Continental Championship against the conglomeration's Kyle O'Reilly, a man who historically has had Jon Moxley's number.
Well, the Death Riders are on a high wave, man. It's tough to topple them. I'll be honest, I mean, Osprey aligning with the proper faction, in my opinion. These guys are, you can't knock the Death Riders. I'm not a big fan of them personally, but you know what? They just win, and they've been super successful, and they get tons of opportunities. So, hey,
Taz, I mean, plus, to that point, not a lot of people, I mean, Death Riders over the last few years have not made a lot of friends. And Tony, you alluded to that conversation between Kenny Omega and Will Osprey. Kenny Omega said it plain as day. You don't know what you're dealing with the Death Riders, Will.
I mean, they've turned their back on many people, including Bryan Danielson. They turned their back on him as well.
Yeah, but I understand what Kenny said on Dynamite, you know, to Osprey. I get it.